Like all of you, I have been inspired by the bravery of the literally millions of Iranians who have taken to the streets to try and peacefully overthrow this fascist dictatorship in Tehran. The uprising in Iran is deep-rooted in the 40 years of struggle of the Iranian people. The uprising is not a spontaneous phenomenon. It is rooted in the history of Iran. The 120,000 executions, the massacre of 30,000 political prisoners because they were steadfast in their support for the MEK. The MEK women have been playing leading roles in the MEK for 30 years. The NCRI president is a woman of high quality who has been recognized worldwide for her confidence and her leadership and her principled opposition to this dictatorship and her democratic coalition. The Iranian people want an end to dictatorship, and they are chanting in the streets in Tehran and across the country, in every corner of Iran, down with the oppressors, be it the Shah or the mullahs.
We are in February. You all remember the memories of the 1979 revolution, of how the people of Iran expelled the Shah and overthrew the monarchical regime. And today, after overcoming thousands of obstacles, hardship, and difficult challenges, the people of Iran have reached the 2022 uprising. Behind them is a series of uprising, massacre, and battle. They're backed by 57 years of continuous struggle against the dictatorship of the Shah and mullahs. Not only should the IRGC and Ministry of Intelligence be designated as terrorist entities, but also they should be dissolved. The regime's embassies must be closed. Because these nest of espionage and export of terrorism and fundamentalism are logistical centers and support the suppression of the uprising.
We are clearly witnessing a momentous period in modern Iranian history. For the past 5 months, the Iranian people have braved killings, arrests, and have come to the streets to demand a regime change and demanding a democratic government. We're not standing in the streets with them, but we all have a voice. You don't have to be Iranian to have a voice. You have to care about democracy and human rights. And it's imperative, parliamentarians or not, that we talk to our friends and talk to our neighbors, educate them, talk to them about just what kind of persecution is going on there.
In June of 2018, this government, our government, voted to list the IRGC as a terrorist entity. I pledge my voice, our colleagues' voice, to continue to follow through to make that happen.
This is an organization that can touch every capital in every country around the world, muster thousands of people with a strong voice in every parliament and every Congress around the globe. We are the alternative.
We can't keep up with all of the planned assassinations, kidnappings, bombings, cyber attacks, spies, weapons transfers, including drones to Russia, to be used against the brave Ukrainian people.
We've had politicians in our own country that say you need dialogue with a draconian regime like the one we have in Tehran. And let me tell you, anytime you hear a politician say that, all they do is they embolden these draconian regimes to continue to carry on their unacceptable behavior.
As this regime is starting to crumble, in 2023 we dearly hope is the year. And as it falls, Canada cannot be a haven for IRGC thugs and their families and those from this tyrannical regime that are seeking haven. So we must continue to speak out on that. And fourthly, Canada has always been, under the leadership of John Baird and many before him and all of us, a strong voice, a leading voice in international organizations for freedom, human rights, democracy, and the rule of law, and we must continue to ensure that those who perpetrated these crimes that we see behind us and in the hallway and that we know and we see in the videos are brought to justice, and that the human rights atrocities committed by this regime are prosecuted.
We have to make change today. Prime Minister Trudeau, we are asking you to stand up for the Iranian people and call it out like it is. They are terrorists.
Individual Iranians guilty of gross human rights violations should be sanctioned under the Justice for Victims of Corrupt Officials Magnitsky Act legislation.
The world, particularly the Western world, can help Iran. And when you look at the things that are available for us in terms of sanctions, in terms of assisting that a pluralistic society is possible in Iran.
The regime in Tehran has repeatedly committed crimes against humanity. This includes the 1988 massacre of more than 30,000 political prisoners. This includes shooting down flight PS-752. This includes aiding Russia in their illegal war in Ukraine. And it includes the brutal and unjust murder of Mahsa Amini and all the lives taken by this ruthless, brutal regime. This must stop. Canada must and can do more to help the people of Iran.
Now is a critical time after 5 months. The democratic resistance needs every lever of support that it can get. And it's why it's so important that Canada work with our allies to assert maximum pressure on the regime.